receiver is wide open. 3rd and goal. Back to live action now. Touchdown, Crusaders. Doug Skinner with the dive from the 1-yard line. And the Crusaders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Let's watch as Doug Skinner goes for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Just straight ahead. He just had inches, and he simply dives over the Cedar Falls line. In for the score, and it's a 19-7 football game.
And let's see at this point if the Crusaders elect to go for 2 with a 12-point lead. And yes, they will. Out of the wishbone this time. McLaughlin will throw. And it's good. O'Brien with the 2-point conversion. And the Crusaders electrifying this crowd in the Unidome, lead it 21-7. We'll be back with more right after these words. And here's a look at that 2-point conversion. McLaughlin floods the zone to the near side, and McLaughlin hits a diving John O'Brien. Tremendous catch there by O'Brien for the 2-point conversion, and it's 21-7 Heelan. 7:28 left to play in the 3rd quarter. The Tiger offense seems like they have never even been on the field. They scored their only touchdown on a punt return, but 2 fumbles, an interception, and then an onside kick where the Crusaders literally kicked the football right at one of the up men and then recovered the ball. So the Tigers thought they were going to receive the opening kickoff here in the 2nd half. Instead, the Crusaders got the ball back, and they marched in for the score. A 14-point lead for the Crusaders, and here again, Moran will kick off another line drive, and again, the Tigers have a little bit of problem receiving it, and they bring it out to the 24-yard line. Paul Berger makes the stop on Scott Smith. So the Tiger offensive unit will come onto the field at this point, and they're going into a hurry-up offense. So this is what Pat Mitchell had in store. They called the plays on the sidelines, and L.D. Bean gets up to the 29-yard line. Let's see if they get up and run another play. No, they go back to the huddle. Pat Behrens makes the tackle. Many times the Tigers will come in with the 1st down play from the sideline and go right to the line of scrimmage. Strong side is the far side. The handoff to Winky. And McNaughton is there. McNaughton, very quick, gets into the Tiger backfield and puts down Winky for a loss of 2. You're shaking your head, Mike O'Connor. Tell us what's in there.
Well, I'm just saying that for this Cedar Falls football team, they need to get a 1st down right now. We talk about momentum. Here's another look. Look at this defense for Heelan. Just great pursuit. They're winning that battle on the line of scrimmage.
Schreiber will throw, looking for Mike Flagg, their big tight end, and still Mike Flagg has not caught a pass in this ballgame. And we felt he would be a tremendous factor. His size at 6'6". But it's not the fact that Flagg isn't getting open, it's the fact that the quarterbacks, Schreiber and Majerus, have not been able to get anywhere near it. So a 4th down situation, and Nick Winky will go back in punt formation. The Tigers have attempted a fake punt before this season, so remember that in the back of your head. 4th down and 7. Bad snap. Winky has it partially blocked. The ball was partially blocked and is received out there by Brett Walker. Well, we'll have to sort this one out. I saw this happen in the Minnesota-Iowa game last year and ended up being a 1st down for Minnesota.
Take a look again. 2nd time in a row, a high snap from center, and that obviously is a problem. And this time the ball is partially blocked. Now watch the reception. Like a pass, but keep in mind the flag is down. Not knowing for sure what to do that time was Brett Walker. Now he takes off again, but the officials are conferring with the Crusaders. And what it'll be is Heelan's football. Look at that field position, the 35-yard line.
A down punt, it is called, at the 35-yard line. A 7-yard kick by Winkie, who just barely got it off after a high snap from center. Partially blocked, and the Crusaders with tremendous field position again. The Cedar Falls Tigers, who came into this ball game heavy favorites, and the Heelan Crusaders just almost blown them away, leading 21-7 and taking advantage of all the breaks. Skinner. Skinner is the ball carrier, brought down by Troy Stedman. And you know, we mentioned that McCauley was in the ball game. Every play, they decoy to McCauley. They fake a pitch, they fake a handoff to him. The Tigers respect his speed, and then they give the ball to somebody else. So watch that now. Is McCauley in the game just as a decoy? Number 22. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11 now. They again fake it. Moran to the near side. Another loss of 1 on the play. Mark Peterson is there. John Tamasia and Dennis Freeland as well. So the Tigers stay at home and stop this play.
Cedar Falls certainly hasn't given up defensively. They're doing a good job containing and turning Moran to the inside. And there's no gain on that, and it brings up a 3rd down and 10. And for the Cedar Falls defense, this is a situation that, Bob, I think they need to hold here.
McLaughlin will throw. 3rd and 10. Over the middle. Moran is down, and he has the 1st down. Moran is down at the 21-yard line, and Tippers clear just a little bit. Dennis Freeland made the stop, but Moran was wide open at the 21-yard line. McLaughlin with plenty of time to throw the football. And Moran, who ran a simple post pattern, just a shallow post pattern, hooked in underneath the defensive backs and was wide open. McLaughlin 11 of 17, 119 yards unofficially. 1st and 10, Heelan. On the march again. McCauley fumbles, but gets it right back. So McCauley's first carry here in the 2nd half, hampered a little bit by a hamstring pull. Fumbles on his first carry, but recovers his own fumble for a gain of 2.
McCauley, and it just really never had the handoff. I think it was there. Not looking maybe for that opening. He likes that daylight. He doesn't need much. It's now 2nd down and 8 yards to go at the 18.
3:45 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Heelan leading 21-7. McLaughlin, and that play never materialized. Kurt Jensen is there, and so is Scott Engen. Jensen and Engen make the stop on McLaughlin. A loss of 4. Mark the football back to the 22-yard line. 3rd and 12, but this seems to be the play in which the Crusaders are especially dangerous. They'll go out of the eye this time. Skinner and McCauley. And Moran to the near side. McLaughlin. Plenty of time. Got his man there. And not enough for the 1st down. Not enough for the 1st down is Bill Kittler. Pine and Freeland knock him back at the 13-yard line. Kittler did have enough for the 1st down when he originally caught the ball, but watch, he'll take 2 steps backwards, and that cost him.
Here's the throw, and you're right. He coming back. He had some room to stay there. Of course, the pattern was to come back, and they just didn't run it quite deep enough, Bob, so it's now 4th and 2.
Those receivers are wide open every time the Crusaders want to pass the football. And we have a timeout charged to the Heelan Crusaders. They are going to attempt a field goal by Doug Skinner. Skinner will attempt a field goal from the 19-yard line. That'll make it a 29-yard attempt from the near hash mark.
Keep in mind they had 1 PAT blocked earlier tonight. To get it back, they had to successfully complete a 2-point conversion, which has us now at 21-7. Heelan leading. 2:39 left to play in this 3rd quarter. But now we set up for the first field goal attempt of this 4A championship game.
And with the trick plays that Phil Carpuck has run, watch out for a fake. 29-yard field goal attempt. And the quarterback, Rich McLaughlin, the holder, says, I can't hear. I'm having trouble hearing the snap at this point. You know, it doesn't seem like it's real loud right now. The crowd's kind of down, sitting on its hands just a little bit. I think they're stunned, frankly. Most of them here really are here to root for Cedar Falls. We have a big contingent on the far sideline, and they're just stunned at this point, down 21-7. Okay, now we're ready. There's the fake. How about that? Well, we called it for you. They ran the fake inside, and Doug Persinger has got the first down.
You must have been in Phil Carpuck's playbook.
Unofficially at this point, Heelan has 13 first downs to Cedar Falls 5, and the Tigers have not picked up a first down in the second half. In fact, they've only had the football 3 plays.
Let's look at this one again. There's a pretty good bit of acting going on right there by the kicker, no less, and they get that necessary yardage. Now it's 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. So when things are going your way, they go your way.
Ooh, how about the stick that time put on Skinner?
And then it changes quickly.
Scott Engen blitzing through from his strong safety position. Scott Engen is right there. The scoreboard says ouch, and Skinner definitely probably felt that one. But he's got to be flying pretty high right now. He already has 2 touchdowns. Those 2 touchdowns, the difference in the ball game. The Crusaders lead the Tigers 21-7. 1:33 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. McLaughlin. No. O'Brien caught the football out of bounds. Taylor Pine on the coverage. John O'Brien listed at 6 feet tall. Appears taller than that.
Here's the roll to the left. John O'Brien, what a night he's having. Makes the diving attempt. He's got the ball, but the feet do not come down in bounds, and so it will go down as an incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and goal at the 10.
Clock stops with 1:29 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Crusaders knocking on the door again. McLaughlin in trouble, and he'll be sacked at the 15-yard line. Troy Stedman sacks Rich McLaughlin at the 15-yard line.
This was a 3rd down play that the Cedar Falls defense really came alive. The pressure. McLaughlin's got to get out of that pocket, and no place to go. He was trying to run for his life, but he didn't even have time to look downfield.
Skinner now in to attempt a 32-yard field goal. I'm sure we're going to see this one attempted. Yes, we are. And it is no good. Wide to the right side. So with 48 seconds left to play in the 3rd period, we continue with the same score. Heelan leading 21-7 over Cedar Falls. Well, the Tigers need that sort of a break if they are going to get back in this football game. 21 unanswered points by the Crusaders of Sioux City, Heelan. The Tigers will send in a new quarterback, junior Rick Majerus. Majerus considered to have a stronger arm than Scott Triber, the senior who usually starts. Screen to the near side. Winky. And he slips down at the 21-yard line. McNaughton made the stop that time, but Winky had already slipped and fallen. A gain of just 1 at the 21.
Here we see it again, rolling to the right. The fake is to the left. And they get the pass complete out in to the flat, but Winky there, he just tried to make the cut, and his feet just went right out from under him.
Back to live action now. Winky on the pitch across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Greg Shelley wrestles Winky down on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that's it after 3 periods of play. 12 more minutes of football from the Unidome tonight. The score, a surprise. Sioux City Heelan 21, Cedar Falls 7. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Heelan Crusaders on a great season. There's never been a better time to buy a new car or truck than now at Charlie Zook Motors. The 1982 models still left in stock have been drastically reduced. Savings you won't believe. Prices cut to the bare bone, and Chrysler Corporation is offering rebates on all 1982 models up to $600.
The Crusaders of Sioux City Heelan lead the Tigers of Cedar Falls 21-7. And we've got 12 more minutes of football. The fourth quarter, the deciding quarter here from the Unidome. Will the Tigers overtake this upset-minded club from Sioux City? 3rd and 3. Obviously a very decisive play. The Crusaders fake the blitz. Majerus being chased. Majerus got Winky. And he dropped the football. Yes, he did drop the football. Did he carry it a step or two? Apparently not. The play will come back. Winky was wide open. And you'll get an opportunity to see it one more time as Majerus may have been able to run for this first down. Flipped it out instead to Winky, who had already lost the football at this point. You know, it's even deceiving through the eyes of the camera. It looked like he had it for a couple of steps, but he lost it right away. 4th down and 4, back at their own 26-yard line. The Tigers have had tremendous problems with their punting game. 2 high snaps. This time it's fine, and Winky gets off a very high punt, and it will take a Cedar Falls bounce. And it will roll dead at the 23-yard line. Mike Howard, yes. Downs the football at the 23-yard line. So with 11:42 left, the Crusaders will try to protect this 14-point lead. A 51-yard punt by Winky. Remember, however, he got off just a 7-yarder. His last time it was partially blocked. Tigers have not picked up a first down in this entire second half. McCauley straight ahead. And this fine-looking senior picks up 1 yard up to the 24-yard line. McCauley unofficially 12 carries for 78 yards. Brought down by Rick Herman. Bill Karpuk very anxious on the sideline. However, likes what he sees. His team is up 21-7. Karpuk, a big guy, played the defensive line at the University of Wyoming in college. McLaughlin throwing. Complete at the 39-yard line. Steve Moran right there. Steve Moran goes down and picks up that reception at the 39-yard line. Dennis Freeland was on the coverage as the Heelan Crusaders flooded that zone to the near side and pick up yet another first down. Doing it almost with ease. Full house backfield. Inside it goes to Moran. Across midfield. Down to the 48-yard line. Yet another Crusader first down. John Tamasia and Scott Engen are right there. And a Tiger is down.
Moran having a good night, but there's some fine blocking along that left side that got Moran the daylight. And then Steve just turned it on and picks up another first down as Heelan moving the ball very, very well through the air, and when they have to, get the good yardage on the ground. But we now focus our attention at midfield and the injured Cedar Falls player.
It is Scott Engen. Fine, strong safety for the Tigers. Saw him blitzing many, many times early in this particular ball game. Scott Engen is down, a 5'9", 180-pound senior. We'll take this time now to remind you that Hawkeye basketball is just around the corner. The Hawkeyes open against the Russian national team November 22nd, and next they'll play at BYU on November 27th. Friday, December 3rd, the Hawkeyes battle Navy in the opening game of the Amana Classic. Be with us all year long on the Iowa Television Network for all the action. Sharm Sherman and I will be there to call all the play-by-play. We're very, very much excited about this upcoming Hawkeye season. Scott Engen is up under his own power, and he will walk off. You know, Sioux City Heelan is not a very big school at all. Their enrollment is less than 600. They could play in a smaller class if they had elected to do so. But they have a fine football tradition there. And they are showing the folks something here tonight. 21-7, Heelan with 10:15 left to play. Skinner, the ball carrier. to the 46-yard line. Let's pause 5 seconds now to allow our local stations to identify themselves. This is the Iowa Television Network.
Television 4, KTIV, Sioux City.
Scott Engett is replaced in the Tiger lineup by Rick Marsh. Scott McLaughlin will audibilize just a little bit. And the inside handoff will go to Moran. Fighting for yardage up near the Tiger 40-yard line. He's finally stopped at the 41 by Taylor Pine, among others. But a good gain on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
The counter plays have been working, and again, good blocking. And for Heelan, I'll tell you what, the score would indicate it at 21-7, but this has been a fine performance thus far with 9:17 left to go, and the Crusaders, they look awfully good right now.
3rd down and 3. Wishbone again. It's Moran again, and another Heelan first down. Tamasia and Freeland, they're on the coverage for the Tigers of Cedar Falls, but another Crusader first down. Look at the tremendous blocking up front by Schreck and Nyberg and Pitts and Beacom and Stingley. Boy, are they opening up tremendous holes, especially on that counter play. Moran, 8 carries for 30 yards unofficially, and with 8:52, it appears the handwriting is on the wall. The Crusaders have really shown the folks something here at the Unidome. Skinner to the 30-yard line, brought down by Stedman and Pine. Gain of 2 on the play brings down a 2nd and 8. A 2nd and 8 at this point. Heelan Crusaders, who were 6-3 in the regular season, sent their kids home after their final loss in the regular season. They did not expect to even get into the playoffs, and they may earn themselves a championship here tonight. What a story. Moran in motion. Skinner again the ball carrier as the Crusaders try to wind down that clock. Rick Herman along with Pat Phelan are there for the Tigers. 3rd down and 5 now. Crusaders have already won 1 state football championship when Dave Triplett, who is now the coach at South Dakota. 1975, the Heelan Crusaders picked up a championship ring. 3rd and 5, McLaughlin fires out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 4th down situation at the 27-yard line. 4th down for the Crusaders. 7:31 with the clock stop remaining in this football game. Well, the Crusaders were smaller. Some said that they were not as talented, but boy, have they put on a show, huh?
Their quickness, and I think the thing, and we talked about the backup offensive system, the pass, but has been very, very effective, and that's really what's been the I think difference in this football game. And here we go again.
4th and 5, incomplete pass. Kurt Jensen broke up that pass. It was intended for Moran. I'm not sure if it would have been enough for a first down anyway.
They needed this one to pick it up, and we talked about the passing, but this time unsuccessful, and brings up 4th down. And so, excuse me, turn the sides over, and Cedar Falls fans across the way are on their feet, and this is probably the, should we say, last hurrah, Bob. They've got to put together a drive now with only 7:27 left, and you're down by 14 points.
Absolutely. Nick Winkie will throw. He fires it out there. It is almost intercepted. Almost intercepted, intended for the deep threat, Dave Conrad. Winkie has completed a couple of passes this year on the halfback option. Steve Phelps was right on the coverage. Winkie shows you that he not only has good foot speed, a good foot when he's punting, but also a tremendous arm.
On 1st down, Pat Mitchell trying to get this team right on track quickly, and here they are going deep. But again, watch the defense of Steve Phelps. He's got the ball, both of them, like a couple of outfielders after the fly ball.
Back to live action now. Majerus under pressure, and a fumble after the pass reception. And the Crusaders have it. Well, how about that? Doug Birdsell comes up with the fumble recovery as the Crusaders stop the flea flicker. Nothing going right for the Tigers tonight, and you got to give credit to the tremendous pride of this Heelan Crusader ball club.
Here we go, Bob, and this had it been executed, although there's the defense right there. A great defensive play, grabbing the arms, and there was no way that that pitch could be made properly. And watch the ball, like a basketball, will bounce up and right into the hands of the Heelan Crusaders.
And Doug Birdsell is the man who made the defensive hit, and he's also the man who made the fumble recovery. Don Secor making the tackle that time for the Tigers, but a gain of 5 on first down for the Crusaders. 6:49 left, and the clock is running. 21-7 Heelan. The ball at the 22-yard line. The Tigers faking a blitz. And they're coming. And Moran's going nowhere this time. So why don't we give him 1 yard on the play, and we'll make it a 3rd and 4 situation. 3rd and 4 with 6:20 left to play in the ball game. Kurt Jensen right there to stuff that play along with Scott Engen, who was helped off the field a little bit earlier, but he has come back in. Now Engen will go out. 3rd and 4 Crusaders. The 6-minute mark now. Strong side is the far side. McLaughlin will fade to pass. And Moran will drop the football. Peterson and Jensen right there. And a flag goes down. A flag goes down after the play. The Tigers are all clapping their hands as if it's going to go against Moran and the Crusaders.
Back on the replay. The look out over the middle. Moran, the intended receiver, a little bit high on the pass, and there's the contact afterwards. And they're calling it against Heelan. 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct.
Personal foul against the Heelan Crusaders. A little slap on the head there by Moran. And because it is a dead ball foul, it is 4th down. 4th down and 19 to go. So the Crusaders will punt this football away at the Tigers' 37-yard line. A high punt. The Tigers signaling for a fair catch, and it takes a Crusader bounce. And it will be down at the 7-yard line. And when things go right, they really go right. 5:42 left in the ball game. The Tigers obviously have to put something together in a hurry after a 30-yard punt.
.541 left to play. The end of this football game, and if we might, for our viewers up in the Sioux City area on KTIV at 10:30 tonight, a special live telecast from here for KTIV only, and it looks like it could be quite a celebration.
Majerus fading, has his man out there. L.D. Bean complete at the 19-yard line. So the Tigers pick up a first down, throwing out of the backfield to big L.D. Bean, a 6'2 fullback.
We look again at this play. The Tigers, they need to pick up yardage. It's a must right now, and they get it when they have to. Here's L.D. Bean. Got that head down and heading to about the 19.
Back to live action now. 1st and 10. Majerus, the junior quarterback, looking for Conrad and overshoots it. That first down, by the way, was the first down of the second half for the Tigers. A team that has had an explosive offense all season long. A team that has put 40 points or more on the scoreboard against good football teams several times this year. Tonight, however, it has been the Heelan Crusaders. Their defense has put a stop. Their offenses move the football. 5:15 left. Draw play. Winky breaks one tackle, breaks a couple more. Up to the 25-yard line, stays inbound. Winky stays in bounds, driving up to the 26, brought down by Birdsell.
Let's look again at Nick Winky on that first down play. Eludes a tackle, which could have been the big loss. Now he's going trying to get to the outside. They need to work that clock, and he does not get out of bounds, so it continues to run now with 4:45 remaining in the game.
3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Tigers with 4:37 counting down. Majerus deep drop. Fires. Complete. First down. Jeff Heckrock with his 9th reception of the year. Birdsell right there to put the hammer lock on Heckrock.
Another gainer. Now this, as they drop back, Heckroth will be the man he's going to. Good enough for a first down. And again, I would think Heelan might be willing to give up some yardage. Watching that clock with 4:24, keep in mind Heelan leading by 14. But another gainer, and they go to the sideline, but I don't think out of bounds, Bob.
Majerus completes it to Winky. Winky could have gone out of bounds, but he tried to fight off tacklers, stayed in bounds, was tackled at the 47-yard line. The clock is running with 4:07 left. The Tigers down by 14 points, trying to put together a furious rally here in the closing moments of this ballgame. Majerus. He'll be sacked. Majerus for a loss of 5. The Tigers will call a timeout. 3:49 left. We have a timeout on the field. The score, Heelan 21, Cedar Falls 7. We'll be back with the final minutes of this game right after these words. After that timeout, 3 minutes, 48 seconds left in the ball game. They trail by 14 points. Rick Majerus is the quarterback. Twin set behind him. Majerus will throw. Heavy pressure. Looking long. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Fine defensive play by Steve Phelps and Jerry Footabll.
Majerus again goes deep. The Heelan defense, that secondary is really dropping back. They're willing to give up some short yardage. They just don't want to get burned. And you'll see 3 Heelan defenders converge on that football and knock it down.
4th down and 4. Remember, Mike Flagg, the big tight end, has not caught a pass tonight. Tremendous pressure. They're going to Flagg. Incomplete. And that is probably it. That is probably it with 3:38 left. The Crusaders and their fans begin to celebrate. Birdsell was on the coverage. Majerus misfired. Flagg could not come back for it. And the Crusaders take over at the Tiger 45-yard line.
21-7 football game. Heelan leading it, and now the officials, we've got back here around the 40-yard line, they're picking up some debris, Bob, so the officials have whistled it. There we can see they asked those people, something came out of the stands, so they were doing a little housekeeping.
And quite a few people heading for the exits in this one. None of the Crusader fans, however. They had a long drive through near blizzard conditions to get here. Crusaders had to leave very early this morning, about 9 o'clock from Sioux City. They just arrived at about 5 or 6 this evening, so a long drive. Doug Skinner, the ball carrier, and a flag goes down in the middle of that line of scrimmage. Clock stops with 3:35 left, and a flag is down. We'll sort this one out. Angut and Youngblood on the stop. The Crusaders are walking back. 15-yard penalty against Heelan. Holding is the call in the middle of that line. 1st and 25 make it now. And the Tiger cheerleaders, not a lot to cheer about tonight. After a tremendous run back of a punt by Taylor Pine, their offense has not been able to put together a drive at all. 21-7 Heelan. 3:13 and counting down. Moran is the motion man. Fake the pitch. Inside handoff. And they'll lose about 1 yard on the play.
Clock continues to run, Bob, and obviously Heelan in no hurry with 2:47, and they just want that clock to wind down, leading at 21-7.
2nd down and 26 now. And the Heelan Crusaders say they may have a better club next year. So watch out, everybody. Here comes McLaughlin on the bootleg. And he's up to the 48-yard line. John Tamasia makes the stop on McLaughlin. Up near midfield, mark it at the 48.5-yard line, and the clock continues to roll. 2:15 left. And they're celebrating on the near side of the Unidome. This small Catholic school from Sioux City, the Heelan Crusaders, appear on their way for their second state football championship. Third down, 17. McCauley gets the call, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even loses a yard, so it'll be fourth down. The Tigers with one timeout left. Heelan and Kurt Jensen made the stop, and they will exhaust that final timeout with 1:39 left. That is their last timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. 1:39 left to play in this one, the 4A state championship game. Heelan punting now on 4th and 17. They lead it by 14 points. Taylor Pine will take it at its own 13-yard line. Eludes one man, tries to get out of bounds, and does so on the 17-yard line. Taylor Pine, who had an excellent first half, and a penalty marker is down at about the 31-yard line. The penalty marker is down at the 31-yard line. And the way they're moving, it appears that it will go against Cedar Falls. Still waiting to see if we're going to get a mark-off. And yes, it will go against the Tigers, and it's a dead ball foul. So half the distance to the goal. Mark it back at the 9-yard line and make it 1st and 19. 1st and 19 for the Tigers, who send back in senior quarterback Scott Treiber. The Tigers with an outstanding season, knocking off #1 and previously unbeaten Davenport Central. And penalty markers all over the place. The Tigers, who have thrilled fans all year long in the Unidome with their tremendous offensive and defensive show, a team that could score in a hurry, just have not been able to put it together here tonight. Illegal procedure against the Tigers. 1:28 left to play in the ball game, and make it 1st and 22 now. 1st and 22 for Scott Treiber and company. Treiber out of his own end zone, looking. He's got flag, his first reception of the ball game, and this big all-state candidate rumbles his way across the 20 up to the 23-yard line. Mike Flagg, 6'6", 240-pounder. His first reception comes in the final minute and a half of this ball game. He was considered quite a weapon. 2nd down and 4 after the big pickup. Treiber flips it out to Flagg. He's looking deep. He fires out to Conrad, and almost intercepted. So the Tigers go to another double pass. This one does not work either. Flagg, who is a baseball pitcher and has a tremendous arm, showed you that ball in the air for 50 yards, but still didn't quite have enough on it. 52 seconds left, Mike O'Connor.
The celebration has started right down below us here near midfield. The Heelan Crusaders and their fans, and as you said, a long, long ride, but well worth it.
3rd down and 4 now. Treiber will fade. Looking. He's got the first down. Bruce James, a 6'2" senior, makes the reception at the 34-yard line, so the clock will stop now with 45 seconds left. And they'll move the first down marker. Treiber on 1st down, flips it out to Winky. He'll get out of bounds at his own 38-yard line. You know, usually they will not allow a play to get off until they've got the markers down. They didn't even have time to put them down. The guys were working as quickly as they could, but the Tigers were working just a little bit faster that time. They stopped the clock with 40 seconds left. A 5-yard pickup. Treiber to Winky. 2nd down and 5 now. Treiber rolls to the near side. Looking deep to Conrads. He's got his men beat. Conrads at the 26-yard line. And a flag goes down. A flag goes down back near the line of scrimmage, but well after the play was over. Well after the play was over. So the long pass play will stand, and we'll sort out the penalty. "35-yard pass play from Treiber to the speedy Dave Conrad. And a dead ball, personal foul, 15 yards, marked off against the Crusaders. Actually, a half the distance to the goal penalty. Down to the 13-yard line. 34 seconds still left. Well, stranger things have happened, I guess. But it certainly would be a miracle finish at best. Treiber looking at Conrads in the end zone. Incomplete. Conrads had his man beat. Footabll, but then Footabll looked back and got there again. The pass just took a little bit too much time to get there. Gary Footabll doing an excellent job on the defensive cover. 28 seconds still remain. 2nd down and 10, the ball at the 13-yard line. This is the deepest march of the ball game by Cedar Falls. Their only touchdown came on an opening quarter punt return by Taylor Pine. Treiber. And we got penalty markers all over the place as the Heelan Crusaders were faking a blitz. In fact, they were coming real hard, and let's see if there was an offside call. Yes, 5-yard mark off against the Crusaders. So 2nd and 5. Mark the football at the 8-yard line. 27 seconds left. The Crusaders lead by 14 points, 21-7. Treiber rolling, looking into the end zone. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. It was ruled an incomplete pass. Tremendous pressure from the near side put on by Greg Shelley. 22 seconds left. So only 5 seconds will tick off on that particular play. 3rd and 5 now. Third down and 5. Mike Flagg is being covered by a very little man. Conrads, incomplete. Treiber to Conrads, incomplete. Footabll again on the coverage. Mike Flagg had single coverage on him. He's 6'6". I did not catch the number of the man covering him, but I believe the man was maybe 5'10". And a flag is down after the play. A flag is down after the play. And apparently it was an errant flag. 4th down and 5. This is it. 17 seconds left. Cedar Falls trails by 14. Treiber again will fade. He'll look again. And he fires out of the back of the end zone. That's it. 12 seconds left. The Crusaders absolutely, positively could celebrate now. They have won the 4A state championship. Only 12 seconds remain. And look at this celebration.
Group of Heelan Crusaders and their party, and of course they'll be making plans for a return home for the champions. Look at that along the sidelines as they turn to their fans. 12 seconds left, 21-7. Heelan leading a Cedar Falls football team that's had a great year. Of course, one of the great victories, the win over Davenport Central.
And Rich McLaughlin will fall on the football, and that is going to be it. And the Cinderella story is complete. The Heelan Crusaders of head coach Bill Carpuck leaping for joy. The Heelan Crusaders are the champions of the state of Iowa in Class 4A. The final score in this one, Heelan 21, Cedar Falls 7. We'll wrap it up right after these words.
Hi, Grandpa. I called to thank you for the wonderful presents.
So the final score in this one, the Heelan Crusaders win it by a score of 21-7 over the Cedar Falls Tigers, who came into this game as the favorites. If you joined us just a little bit late, it was a 63-yard punt return by Taylor Pine that gave Cedar Falls an early 7-0 lead. But then came the Crusaders. Touchdowns by Rich McLaughlin to Steve Moran, and then 2 big blasts by Doug Skinner, and that was the difference as the Crusaders win it by a score of 21-7. The 4A state championship, boy, what a great effort it was. And these are the people who made this production possible. Chuck Lutz, my fine producer, Bill Ronich, you see Jerry Barr there, Tom Von Berg, all of these people, Mary Bracken and Ray Smith and Carla Ruth. These people did an outstanding job tonight. Thank you all. Thank you to the camera people. Thank you to the engineers. You all did a tremendous job in bringing this telecast alive for the people of the state of Iowa.
Land overnight, but north into Minnesota and South Dakota, it sure did. Look at this. Half a foot of snow in the Sioux Falls area. People like this, commonly this morning, getting up, their cars wouldn't start, and Interstate 29 had to be closed down for some time, Laurie, because of that snow. It must have the Unidome. He's getting the team together, the winning team, that is, and the winning coach. We'll be hearing from him in just a couple of moments. In the meantime, it's a celebration in Cedar Falls tonight for Sioux City and the Crusaders.
Rightfully so, too, Dave. They won the big one tonight. Well, with the odds against them, the Heelan Crusaders captured their second state football championship as they defeated the Cedar Falls Tigers tonight, 21-7. Picking up the action in the first quarter, it's number 36, Taylor Pine, returning a Heelan punt, 63 yards for a Cedar Falls touchdown. The point after was good. That gave the Tigers a 7-0 lead. Then it was Heelan's turn as quarterback Rich McLaughlin scrambles and then finds Steve Moran in the end zone for the score. The point after was good, making it a 7-7 tie. On the ensuing kickoff, it was kicker Steve Moran bouncing one down the field. As you watch the Heelan players celebrate there, here's Moran. The Tigers couldn't handle it as Heelan came up with the ball. A few plays later, Heelan's fullback, Doug Skinner, bowled over from the 2 yards out for the second Heelan touchdown. However, the point after was blocked, making it 13-7 Heelan. The score remained that way until the second half. At the second half started, Heelan kept their offensive machine rolling. First, it was Rich McLaughlin passing to Doug Persinger down to the 1. Then on the next play, it was Doug Skinner diving over for his second touchdown. The Crusaders decided to go for the 2-point conversion as McLaughlin hit O'Brien in the end zone for the 2 points, giving Heelan a commanding lead, 21-7. A tough Heelan defense stymied the Tiger offense, and Heelan held on to win 21-7. Taking a look at the playoff picture around the state, first in Iowa, in Class A, it was Lone Tree over Central of Fenton, 30-8. In Class 1A, it was Pekin-Packwood over West Bend, 15-6. In Nebraska now, it was O'Neill getting blown out by Elkhorn, 38-0. In Class B in South Dakota, it was Geddes over Wood, 22-12. In Class 9A, in Class 11A, no score on that Lennox-Belle-Fourche game. And Dave, Aaron Pryor has defeated his WBA Junior Welterweight Championship by stopping Alexis Arguello in the 14th round. Aaron Pryor, once again, the winner. And celebration in Cedar Falls. It looks like Heelan's the winner again.
They were celebrating here in Sioux City tonight. We'll look at that a little bit later at one of the local watering holes. There were a lot of Heelan fans that watched it on television here on Channel 4. We're standing by now for a live report from Cedar Falls. Mike O'Connor, our sidekick here in the sports department of Channel 4, has been in Cedar Falls and was helping out the announcing of the game tonight. By the way, while we've got a moment and while we're waiting for that live report from Cedar Falls, we might mention for our football fans up at Sibley, Iowa, they'll have a big treat because at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, they'll be doing that. If we can look back at Cedar Falls, this is a live picture now from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa, where News Center 4's Mike O'Connor standing by with a special recap report. Michael?
a spa, a portrait package, an engraved silver.
And we're back live at the Unidome here on the University of Northern Iowa campus, and a lot of the people have headed out of here, the football players, many of them now down in the locker room. But Father Raymaker's with me, and Joe Malsom, Father the superintendent at Heelan, and of course Joe, the athletic director. And gentlemen, congratulations. I know it's a great night for Heelan High School.
Thank you very much, Mike. We want to thank God for his help that he's given us, keeping us healthy, and giving this kind of talent to these young men.
Well, they were certainly talented young men tonight against a very fine Cedar Falls football team. And Joe, we're going to try and talk with Coach Karpuk. He's down in the locker room with the players right now and a couple of the ball players that are still around. But I know you've got to be making plans now for a very happy return to Sioux City.
Right, we'd like to ask the people at about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to begin assembling at Theo's parking lot. We'd like a car caravan to Memorial Field and kind of an unofficial welcome. Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Big welcome. We hope to be able to bring this trophy to Heelan in a very first-class way as the kids and the coaches perform tonight.
Joe, I know we've talked, this football team, when they lost to Washington, I think a lot of you, your spirits were down. You thought maybe no chance for a playoff. So we've kind of been calling Heelan a Cinderella team this year.
Well, Cinderella, we like to think a second chance. Many times we've had individuals on the team that have needed that second chance. And hey,
it was the battle of the unbeaten, and that is not the battle of the unbeaten. I don't know
who that is. The second one to go at in the Heelan trophy case. That will fit right alongside, I'm sure, the 1975 title.
You bet, 2 for 2. That's what we like to see.
Joe, thank you both very much. And Father, we appreciate you waiting around. And again, congratulations.
First possession, the Crusaders
a couple of the young men who have patiently been waiting for us. And of course, the passing combination that really did a job for this football team. Quarterback Rich McLaughlin and Rich. What about this ball game? I know you had to go to the air maybe more than you have all season long.
That would be all for Cedar Falls as the Tigers then fumbled. The Crusaders marched to the CF7. Rich McLaughlin hit Steve Moran, and the game was tied at 7. Cedar Falls fumbled again. The Crusaders marched again. Doug Skinner finding Pater this time, but the conversion failed, and it was 13-7 at half.
And everybody caught real good. I just used John sparingly in the second half.
Really need him in the kickoff.
I'm sure you were on the sidelines when that punt return, about 63 yards, and Cedar Falls jumped out to that 7-0 lead. You probably thought, what's happened so early in this ball game?
I did, but I got offense fired up and never put our heads down. We came back out and started going to it.
That was a very big defensive line you were working against too tonight, wasn't it?
They were big, and they hit hard. It was the hardest game I've been hit the whole season. They were big. They were great players. I got to give them a lot of credit for getting this far, and they did hit hard, and yes, they were good.
Good John in here. Well, you made some great catches out there. The hands were working tonight.
Well, I dropped a few after the Newton game, and I'm just really glad I had a chance to redeem myself. And I want to just say that this feeling is indescribable. And my brother felt it in 75, and now I'm feeling it in 82, and it's just indescribable.
Congratulations, young man. And the coach is still down in the locker room. We had to wait a little bit longer. They're telling us to wrap it up, so Dave Nixon and everybody back home. We got some happy Heelan fans, and again, the return home will be tomorrow. We'll have more coverage here on News Center 4. So we hope that you enjoyed the telecast tonight, and we thank the ball players. Here he is for just one comment. Coach, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. I tell you, we really don't know what to say. I don't know if we've really have the full impact yet, but it's great. It really is.
Well, enjoy yourself tonight here in the Waterloo area, and it's back home, and I know you've got a lot of great fans in the Siouxland that want to greet home the champions of 1982.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate it very much.
Bill Karpuk, the head man at Heelan High School, and here's the trophy, and we'll all be home tomorrow. And we thank you very much, and that's our live coverage, and now let's go back to News Center 4.
Our thanks to Mike for that live report, which, by the way, that special report was brought to you live from the Unidome in Cedar Falls by Briarcliff College in Sioux City.